Hi guys, I'm Laura Bilotta. Welcome to Dating and Dishing, where I teach you how to make delicious but easy meals for your next home date. Now on this episode, we're gonna be making dessert. Well, I am. And you're gonna be watching me. Now, even if your date is stuffed, the night's gonna feel more special if you end your date with something sweet. And I know you can always just go grab something at the bakery, but I'm telling you, bonus points if you can make it yourself. And you can never go wrong with a delicious apple pie for dessert. Now, this is my apple pie recipe, and I guarantee your date is going to love it. Are you ready? For the pie crust, sift 3 cups of pastry flour, half a cup of cold shortening, and half a cup of cold butter in a large bowl. You want to cut in the shortening and butter into the flour. If you don't have a pastry cutter to cut the cold butter and shortening, you can use a knife and a fork. And the mixture should resemble coarse crumbs like this. Mix half a cup of cold water and 1 tablespoon of vinegar together in a cup and add the mixture to the crumbs. You want to mix it together and just until the dough is combined and handles well. It's time to roll out the dough. So you're going to sprinkle some flour on the counter before rolling out the dough. You're going to split the dough into 2 chunks, and then you're going to form a disc with your first dough, adding more flour when needed. And then you're going to wrap it in saran wrap, and after you do that, you're going to set it off to the side. Then you're going to grab your second dough. You're going to form a disc with that dough and then wrap it again in saran wrap. And then you're going to want to refrigerate them for 30 minutes, up to a day if you'd like. Now, even more reason to make dessert for your date. Studies show that there's a powerful link between sweet tastes and emotions associated with love, particularly when it comes to initial attraction. And the researchers behind the study, they also believe that findings will help explain why so many people call their loved one pet names like Sweetie and Honey. Core and thinly slice about 6 to 8 apples, add them to a bowl. I use Empire and Macintosh for this recipe. Time to make our pie filling. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. On a stovetop, melt half a cup of butter in a saucepan. Stir in 3 tablespoons of flour, add a quarter cup of water, half a cup of white sugar, and half a cup of brown sugar, and bring to a boil, stirring often. Reduce your temperature and let it simmer. Roll out one of the dough discs on a floured surface. Notice how I keep fixing the edges. You want to keep fixing the edges as you roll to form a better circle. And you're going to want to roll the dough about 1/2 inch to 1 inch larger than your pie pan. Lay your crust in the pie pan and press down lightly on the bottom and up the sides of the pan, and then cut off the excess dough hanging off the edges. Add 1/3 of your sugar and butter filling to the apples and stir well. Fill your bottom pie crust with apples, mounded slightly. Starting to look quite delicious. Time to roll out your second dough disc on a floured surface. Again, clean up the edges to form a better circle. Mine got out of hand there a little bit on the one side. Then you're going to cut it into 10 1-inch wide pieces. Form your lattice by arranging 5 strips diagonally across for strips. Gently press ends into crust edges. Fold every other strip all the way back so they're almost falling off the pie. Lay one of the 5 unused strips perpendicular on top. Unfold the 2 vertical strips back so they lay over the perpendicular strip. Tuck that pie in nicely. Press down the edges with a fork and get rid of any excess dough hanging off the edges. Gently pour the sugar and butter liquid over the crust. Pour slowly so it doesn't run off. This is one of the secrets to this delicious pie recipe, guys. Bake for 15 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Reduce the temperature to 350. Continue baking for another 35 to 45 minutes until apples are soft. Add a little ice cream or whipped cream. So good. Your date is gonna love, love, love this pie, and they're gonna love you even more.